So we have an array, and an array in C Sharp, they have a size. So this array has a size of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And right now it's empty, but it still has a length of 5. So if I do a dot length on this, it's going to come up 5. If I look at index 0, it's going to return null. So null means nothing. In JavaScript, it's undefined. In Swift, it's nil. But it's kind of zilch, nil, null, nothing. Let's say I add some elements to my array. So we could actually put them in different orders. But hopefully our food won't be arrayed like that. If it is, we'll have issues because we might bump a food, and it's the empty slot issue. So if for some reason an extra food item, for example, this happens sometimes. So, well, actually, so the example of the vending machine, it pushes forward instead of just one falling off. This one's like on the teeter on the edge, and it falls off too. And when you push this one, it only goes forward and you don't get your food. That's annoying. We'll try to make our vending machine so it doesn't do that. But yeah, so with the array, if I want to see how many food items there are through, we have to iterate through. So iteration is key in all languages. And with an array, a lot of times it's a for loop. So I start out I equals 0. So that has food. So my current running total, I'm going to add 1. And then I see item 1 that has food. I'm going to add 1 to my running total. And 3 that has food, adding 1 to my total. 4 doesn't have food, so I don't add to my total. And 5 doesn't have food, so I don't add to my total. So this array of food has 3 elements. Its length might be 5, but it has 3 actual food objects. The other 2 spots are empty and they're null.
Alright, so we're getting close. In our food slot, though, we need to make it smarter. So I'm actually going to take out that if input D, because we don't want people taking food. And we don't need the start or the update. So our dispense food is pretty basic. It has our price and our array of foods and a dispense food. I'm going to create a little helper function to help us know how many food items are in there. So you notice the food item dot length. That is it's kind of an issue because length is always going to be 3 even if there's no objects in there. So length is the length of the array, not the amount of game objects in our array. So let's create a function. I'm going to make it a private function. It's going to return int calculate amount of food. And what I want you to do, I have a variable for the total. So this is a common pattern. We're going to return the total. I want you to iterate through the food items. Each time it is not null, add 1 to total. Alright, and then go ahead and get that working. And then down here, I'm gonna say if calculate amount of food. So if not, well, whoops, it's not a bool yet. If that equals 0, then return false. That's going to give a little bit of issue because this isn't a bool. Else at the very bottom, and return true. All right. So and then we're going to save that. So right now it's always returning 0. If I go back to my motherboard, I'm going to do my real quick. So I could store this in a var, or I could do a real quick if in that. So if fs dispense food. So this returns a true or false. So that can be used as a true or false. So if I did make my purchase, it should reduce my price. Now we know that this function is always returning false right now because the count's always 0. So if I save it and I run it, if I get enough money and I do 11, it was false because basically it didn't take the money out, but it didn't do the dispense food either. That dispense food returned false before it actually did the force. So that's good. What you need to do is fix that calculate function